In December 1942, Miss Elizabeth Amory, a member of the Auxiliary Territorial Service, played a vital role in computing artillery range for 428 Battery at the Coastal Defense Artillery Headquarters in Dover. The Auxiliary Territorial Service, formed during World War II, allowed women to take on essential military responsibilities, including operating anti-aircraft guns, managing logistics, and supporting coastal defenses. This historical photo features Sarah Breedlove, famously known as Madam C.J. Walker, one of the first female millionaires in the United States. Starting in 1904, she built a groundbreaking beauty empire that created hair care products specifically for African American women, addressing needs that had been overlooked by the mainstream market. By 1908, Walker had expanded her business into a nationwide network and opened a training school to teach other women entrepreneurial skills. In 1905, Jo Fortes became Vancouver's first official lifeguard, patrolling the beaches of English Bay and safeguarding swimmers. Known for his remarkable skills and tireless dedication, Fortes is credited with saving 29 lives during his service, earning deep respect and admiration from the local community. Beyond his rescue work, he advocated for swimming education, teaching countless children and adults water safety. On April 24, 1945, a soldier from the United States Third Army stood guard over a remarkable hoard of treasures discovered in the Schlosskirche, or Castle Church, at Ellingen Castle in southern Germany. As Allied forces pushed through Germany in the final stages of World War II, they uncovered hidden caches of valuables, many of which had been looted from occupied territories. After the United States entered World War I in 1917, the Red Cross conducted wound dressing classes at the German-American Club, training volunteers in first aid. These classes equipped civilians to assist injured soldiers and provide medical support on the home front. The Red Cross mobilized thousands of volunteers across the country, organizing similar initiatives to ensure adequate medical preparedness during the war. In April 1947, George Herbert Walker Bush was photographed holding his young son, George Walker Bush, in New Haven, Connecticut. At the time, George Herbert Walker Bush was studying at Yale University after serving as a pilot in the United States Navy during World War II. This moment marked the early years of a family that would later play a significant role in American politics. George Herbert Walker Bush went on to become a congressman, ambassador, director of Central Intelligence, vice president, and the 41st President of the United States. In 1867, John Surratt, a co-conspirator in the assassination of President Abraham Lincoln, was photographed wearing a Papal Zouave uniform during his time in exile. After the assassination of President Abraham Lincoln, John Surratt fled the United States to avoid arrest, traveling through Canada and eventually finding refuge in Europe. He joined the Papal Zouaves, a military force known for defending the Pope and its distinctive colorful uniforms. In 1923, Mary Catherine Campbell made history as the only woman to win the Miss America title twice. She first claimed the crown in 1922 at the age of 16 and successfully defended her title the following year. Her achievements highlighted her exceptional talent and charm during a time of significant cultural change in the Roaring Twenties. In 1941, Walt Disney was photographed filming on a vibrant beach in Rio de Janeiro, a pivotal moment in the expansion of his creative vision. This trip was part of a broader effort to promote goodwill and cultural exchange during World War II, as Disney sought inspiration for his films and worked to strengthen relations between the United States and Latin America. His visit to Brazil influenced the creation of the animated feature The Three Caballeros. In 1937, members of the Lakehurst ground crew were photographed fleeing from the catastrophic crash of the Hindenburg, a disaster that changed the course of aviation history. The Hindenburg, a German passenger airship celebrated for its engineering and luxury, burst into flames during its landing, marking the tragic end of the airship era. This disaster, witnessed by thousands and broadcast live, exposed the dangers of hydrogen-filled airships and prompted a shift towards safer aviation technologies. The incident led to stricter safety regulations and accelerated the adoption of fixed-wing aircraft for passenger travel. In 1921, a Coca-Cola delivery truck exemplified the growing influence of American culture and commerce during the Roaring '20s. As Coca-Cola expanded across the United States, it became a symbol of refreshment and social connection, resonating with the era's focus on leisure and consumerism. The delivery truck, featuring the brand's distinctive logo, highlighted the company's innovative approach to marketing and distribution. In 1908, a photograph taken in Tascosa, Texas, captured a rare moment of cowboys at rest, providing insight into the realities of life in the American West. The image, taken by Irwin Smith, reflects the working conditions of men who spent long days herding cattle across the harsh plains. Tascosa, once a major cattle town, had been a key stop on the Great Western Cattle Trail, linking Texas ranches to northern markets. By 1908, the town's prominence had begun to decline, but it remained a gathering place for ranchers and cowhands whose livelihoods depended on the cattle industry. This rare photo from 1945 captures the Messerschmitt Me 163 Comet, the first operational rocket-powered fighter aircraft, alongside test pilot Eric Winkle Brown. Developed by Germany during World War II, the Me 163 achieved unprecedented speeds, reaching over 600 miles per hour, making it one of the fastest aircraft of its time. Despite its innovative design, the Comet was plagued by technical challenges, including a highly volatile rocket engine and limited combat range. In 1918, women workers at Rankin Sons flour mill in Birkenhead, England, posed for a photograph, capturing a pivotal moment in the changing workforce during World War I. With men serving on the front lines, women took on roles traditionally held by men, including essential jobs in manufacturing and agriculture, which were critical for maintaining the war effort. Their work at the flour mill ensured the steady production of food supplies needed both at home and for soldiers abroad. New York, 1946. Captured in a moment of overwhelming emotion, a father is seen fainting upon learning that he has become the proud parent of triplets. Behind the glass, nurses beam with joy, each cradling one of the newborns, embodying the excitement and significance of the moment. This photograph reflects the universal awe and surprise of parenthood, particularly in an era when the birth of multiples was less common and often unexpected. New York, May 19, 1962. During President John Kennedy's birthday celebration at Madison Square Garden, opera legend Maria Callas and Hollywood icon Marilyn Monroe were photographed together in an unforgettable moment. Maria Callas, renowned for her commanding presence on the opera stage, stood in contrast to Marilyn Monroe, who dazzled the crowd in her now famous jewel-adorned gown. On May 20, 1910, 9 kings of Europe gathered for a historic photograph during the funeral of King Edward VII in London. This unprecedented meeting brought together monarchs from Britain, Belgium, Denmark, Norway, Portugal, Greece, and Spain, reflecting the deep familial and diplomatic ties among European royal families. During the Spanish flu epidemic of 1918, telephone operators in High River, Alberta, Canada, wore masks to protect themselves and the public from the highly contagious virus. At a time when the telephone was a vital tool for communication, these operators played a crucial role in maintaining connections and coordinating responses to the pandemic. Their work ensured that communities could access critical information and services despite the challenges of the outbreak. In 1917, Buster Keaton, the legendary silent film star renowned for his physical comedy and deadpan expression, served in the American Expeditionary Forces in France during World War I. Although his military service was brief, it gave him experiences that later influenced his films, often filled with action and themes of perseverance. Like many entertainers and artists of the time, Keaton temporarily left his career to join the war effort, contributing to one of the most challenging periods in American history. Decades later, his contributions to film were honored with a star on the Hollywood Walk of Fame. In 1902, 25-year-old Millard Lee became the subject of public attention following a tragic incident involving Lila Mae Suttles, who declined his request to accompany her home. The events surrounding this case highlighted the societal tensions of the time as women began to assert greater independence while traditional gender roles remained deeply ingrained.